Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in rockin Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. As always, this week is packed with stuff that's fun to read, like this guy. It's your latest issue of Batman, the biggest and maybe the best book in comics. If you watch this video all the time, if you listen to the podcast, we talk about Tom King and his amazing skills all the time here in the shop. If for some crazy reason you're not reading Batman, you got to get into this. You can just jump in on this one, go back to number 50, pick up the trades at volume 1, whatever you got to do. But like I say, one of the biggest and best books in comics. Batman Kings of Fear and Archie Meets Batman 66. Some of your other Batman-esque books for the week. This is your last issue of Archie Meets Batman 66. Been talking up a lot of Archie, been talking up this book for a little while. Got a Black Cat pack for the whole run, or just grab this one, grab the first issue. Really, really fun stuff. Love me some Archie. Nightwing, another one of my favorite books right now. If you picked up Batman 54 and Nightwing 50, you're totally into this book right now. Like I say, been one of my favorite DC books for a long time. And Harley Quinn, with that cool cover. It's your other Batman-esque book of the week, though I guess really she's more of a Suicide Squad book these days, but what the heck. Adventures of Super Sons, with Robin right there on the cover. Rounds out your Bat and Super stuff for the week. Justice League, like Batman, one of the biggest and best books in comics these days. Just can't say enough about this title. This is the third arc. You can pick up the last issue, number 14, to get in on this latest arc, or again, just go back to issue number 1 and catch up. This is what the Justice League should be. All the best heroes, all the best villains, big-time intergalactic action. Really, really fun time for Justice League right now. And Green Lantern. Oh my goodness, Green Lantern. I hope you picked up number 1 because it's totally sold out. If you missed it, the reprint will be out next week. This is number 3. Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp, just can't say enough about this book. I'm a huge Green Lantern fan from way back. This is as good as it's been since Jeff Johns was doing it. Again, Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp, what more do you need? Green Arrow, another one that's just setting comics on fire these days. Got a new creative team a couple issues ago. Everybody loves Arrow these days. If you love the show, you should be reading the book. Deathstroke takes you to the dark side of the DCU. He's still in Arkham Asylum. This one might be flying under your radar, but it's nothing but action and adventure. So if you're looking for something new, if you something's not wowing you, drop that book and pick up Deathstroke because it's awesome. And Martian Manhunter number 2. Another book that might have snuck by with that first issue. Grab the first one, grab this second issue. It's kind of an interesting new take on the character, sort of a reanalysis of his origin and what he's doing here on Earth. If you're a Justice League fan, if you're an old school DC fan, you should be reading some Martian Manhunter. Suicide Squad Black Files. It's your mini-series of the week. DC doesn't do a whole lot of these, but the ones they do are always worth checking out. Curse of the Brimstone, along with The Unexpected, are your New Age of Heroes books of the week. Been talking a lot about this New Age of Heroes stuff, selling more and more of these books all the time. So pick up that Curse of the Brimstone, pick up this one. Check out Silencer or Damage or Terrifics or some of the other New Age of Heroes books, because the people that are reading them are really digging it. United States vs. Murder Inc. is your Jinx World Bendis book of the week. Nice to bring this up at a time when there's not a super book to talk about, because Bendis does a whole lot more for DC than just the Superman books. If you're a big fan of him, like most people are, check out some of this Jinx World stuff, because it's a little different from the superhero stuff you're used to. And The Dreaming is your Sandman Universe Vertigo book of the week. You know we love us some Sandman Universe here at Black Cat. And a great week for the Marvel guys too. Let's talk some Captain Marvel. How many times have you seen the trailer? This movie looks awesome. Everybody's excited about it. She really is one of Marvel's best characters and has been for a long time. Oh, going way back to, let's say, Miss Marvel number 10 back in the day. There's an epic trade out this week that has all of her early appearances. We've got lots of other previous runs of Captain Marvel. Great time to be a Captain Marvel fan. Get into all that before the movie comes out. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1 is one of your many Spider books for the week. Everybody can't get enough of this guy, and they can't get enough of this guy. That's Miles Morales number 2. The first issue totally sold out because of that super awesome animated film. Maybe you've seen it. If you haven't, you need to get out there. Everybody's loving Miles these days. You got to have this one on your subscription list because they're going fast. Web of Venom, Venom Unleashed. Another spider book for the week, along with Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. It's one of your last Spider-Geddon books of the week. Spider-Geddon books, period, for that matter. Good time to be a Spidey fan. Avengers number 12, with that cool Alan Davis cover. This concludes the second arc of my favorite comic. This one and Captain America are, I think, Marvel's two best books right now. Really digging Avengers lately. And Thor, with that especially cool cover. It's Thor number 9. Big week for X-Men too. Uncanny X-Men number 9. This book just gets hotter and hotter. It's really great to see the classic flagship X-Men title back in action. It's really great to see the X-fans all excited about their favorite book. Number 8, last week's issue, totally sold out. I would expect this issue to sell out as well. Number 10, next week's issue, will be the end of this first arc. If you're an old school X-Men fan, if you're any kind of Marvel fan, if you're just looking for something new, fun, and interesting, and I might add, if you're a fan of the Legion show like I am, there he is right there on the cover. Good stuff. X-23 and Domino are two books that have really exploded lately. If you are just an average fan, these might have been sliding under your radar, but if you're any kind of X fan, you're going to want to check out X-23, you're going to want to check out Domino, like the New Age of Heroes stuff. People that are reading these books are really digging it. And Iceman rounds out your X stuff for the week. This book's been a lot of fun. I know he's not as popular as a lot of other X characters, but they had me a couple issues ago with the Firestar issue, so I've been digging this one. Last issue of that one too. You can grab a Black Cat pack of the whole series. Man Without Fear number 1 and Man Without Fear number 2 are both out today. Everybody was asking me last week for Man Without Fear number 1. Don't know exactly what happened, but they both shipped this week. If you're a Daredevil fan, you read 612 and couldn't believe the end of that one. This is the sort of in-between before the relaunch of the main book, but there's a lot going on in this series. So if you're a fan of the Netflix series, if you're a fan of Daredevil, definitely going to want to pick up these 2 issues and follow it through to number 5. And The Punisher is your other Marvel Knights-esque character of the week. Another book with a lot of buzz behind it. Another book I've been selling out every single issue. If you're not traditionally a Punisher fan, you might want to grab that first issue and see what all the buzz is about. Black Order number 3 is your Guardians of the Galaxy outer space action book of the week. Because nobody does outer space action like Marvel Comics. Speaking of outer space action and Marvel Comics, Star Wars and Star Wars Age of Republic Jango Fett. Can read more about this one in our newsletter. Been talking a lot about this Age of Republic stuff. It's a big old series of one-shots from all the prequel characters. Really, really fun, cool backstories. The Darth Maul one was awesome. The Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan ones were awesome. I would expect Jango Fett to be just as cool as the rest of them. Everybody loves the Fett family, so don't miss out on that one. And staying on outer space action, let's talk some Aliens Dust to Dust or some Aliens 3. And while we're on the subject, I'll slap up some Predator. Way back in 1989, Dark Horse Comics hit the scene with Alien and Predator and some of the all-time classic science fiction properties. And they have kept these properties in the limelight and famous and popular for a long, long time. If you love the science fiction stuff, if you love Dark Horse Comics, or again, if you're just looking for something new and different, something outside the superhero stuff, Dark Horse has always done a great job with Alien and Predator. So pick up those trades or pick up these recent issues. You will not be disappointed. And LaGuardia number 2 is your Berger book of the week. Been talking up a lot of Karen Berger, always talking up some Dark Horse Comics. Any of these Berger books is going to change your life. So you want to pick up this one. You want to go back to Hungry Ghosts or Incognito or Mata Hari or all the other stuff that Karen Berger has been kicking out with some top-notch talent over at Dark Horse. Again, for the 1000th time, if you're looking for something a little different, something outside the superhero stuff, go to darkhorse.com, check out anything that says Berger books on it. That's good stuff. Criminal number 1 from Ed Brubaker is back in action. This is a, I don't know, probably the 3rd or 4th Criminal series that Brubaker has done. Everybody is into the crime noir image books these days. I love anything from Ed Brubaker. This is your first issue, Gotta Have It Image Book of the Week. And Prodigy from Mark Miller is your other image book of the week, because everybody needs everything from Mark Miller. Really one of the more prolific and interesting writers in comics these days. I know everybody's following Magic Order and a bunch of other stuff he's doing because he's awesome. And a great week for Dynamite Comics. How many times have I told you guys to go to Dynamite Comics and get a Dynamite book on your list? Like Turok, the Dinosaur Hunter, or the Son of Stone, or however it is that you refer to Turok. One of the best characters in comics, going way, way back to the 1950s, going back to the original Valiant stuff. Now he's on Dynamite. Super, super awesome. Love me some Turok. That's your first issue Dynamite book of the week. Barbarella Deja Thoris, or Vampirella Deja Thoris, because if you're like me, you can't get enough Deja Thoris or John Carter, Warlord of Mars kind of stuff. Again, Dynamite just does a fantastic job with all their licensed property stuff. Whatever that character is, if you like that character, if you like that genre, Dynamite's really knocking it out of the park. Like Red Sonja. It's Red Sonja 25. It's the last issue of the current run, but don't worry, she'll be back in a new series real soon. Go-Go Power Rangers is your Boom Studios book of the week, because you guys love the MMPR. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen from Alan Moore is your top shelf book of the week. Can't say enough about Alan Moore. Goes without saying he's one of the all-time greats. Goes without saying that League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, this is, I think, the 4th volume of the series. Really, really unique storytelling. Great stuff. And speaking of unique and great stuff, this is Strangers in Paradise from Abstract Studios. Never miss a chance to talk up Strangers in Paradise. For the millionth time in this video, if you are looking for something a little different, if there's a book on your list that isn't blowing you away, drop that book and pick up Strangers in Paradise. This is everything that independent comics desire to be. Great storytelling, great art, great characterization, on and on I could go. Pick up the first trade paperback or just jump into the latest issue. It is really one of the most unique books in comics. I'm a big, big fan. Not a huge week for the all ages stuff, but it's always lots of fun, like Adventure Time. You'll love some Adventure Time. Or DuckTales. Everybody's into DuckTales these days. Or my choice for the week is Star Wars Adventures. Marvel has licensed out a lot of their all-ages stuff to IDWs. This is Destroyer Down. It's the second mini-series outside of the main Star Wars Adventures book. I love me some Star Wars. I love me some Star Wars stories in an all-ages format. Great characterization, great art, on and on I could go. Star Wars Adventures is super awesome. Grab the Black Cat packs for the earlier arcs, or just jump into these latest issues. Really, really fun stuff. Lots and lots of great books this week, so check those shipping lists, get down to your shop, pick up something fun to read. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at black-cat-comics.com and check out our especially cool Shopify store. Check out the YouTube channel, check out the Facebook page, check out the podcast at soundcloud.com, or just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar in Rockin, Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.